You could argue that we're going to see a watered-down agreement when it comes to Brexit, or you could argue actually the EU is just going to remain like this, that these are not negotiating tactics.
Well, I think from the centre of the EU, those tasked with trying to look at it for the whole 27, I mean, understandably, they're being driven by, we must punish somebody that leaves. It's a pretty rigid stance, and I can see why they would adopt that. Their dilemma, as I think we see some signs of, individual countries who see, you know, their own bilateral things with the UK being threatened with that stance, are starting to say, hang on a minute. And I guess it's in the UK's tactical interest to try and play on what I think the Italians and the Spanish and the Portuguese have been hinting at, that, you know, we don't believe we should be this central, simplistic, we must be tough with the UK at all costs.
Okay.
But we'll see where it goes.
Where do you see the UK economy going? And actually, on football, it does impact also, depending on what kind of Brexit we get, it will impact also transfers, won't it?
Well, you would think, but the standards of governance of football are so bad, they manage to circumnavigate any laws about anything, so I shouldn't worry about that. But here's an irony to throw in the pot, which I never thought I'd think myself hearing. It looks to me, from the data I follow, and I still try to follow a lot of this stuff, it looks to me like the UK economy is doing better than a lot of analysts are saying. And I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of weeks, a lot of UK analysts revise up their UK forecasts. And it will allow all the Brexiteer crowd to start again saying, what's the big fuss? And here, to add to that, it's very tentative, but I think we see the early signs of productivity in the UK picking up too. And I say that because, as I've said to you before, when I was last on, and certainly the time before, I don't believe Brexit is the most important issue facing the UK. As big as it is, it's not the most important. But I think it might give a bit more confidence to the sort of tough guys here in the UK. Yep.